Hi students, this is an introduction to the image trace tool in Adobe Illustrator. I'm just setting up a quick file here, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters with RGB, and I'm going to click on Create. Okay, so I'm going to turn my rulers on and zoom out a tiny bit, and that should be good. So I'm going to image trace the McLaren logo. For this initial exercise, I recommend that you choose a layer that is solid, that is not going to involve a lot of complex lines, at least for this go around. So I'm going to copy that image, and then I'm going to do a Control V for a paste, and it's huge, but that's no big deal. Just hold down our Shift key while dragging that corner. And almost there. Okay, pretty good. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm not getting super accurate with centering or anything. All right, so I have my logo here. So if I wanted to trace this so that I could cut out these letters on a material with the laser cutter, with a vector cut operation, or a sticker on the vinyl cutter, I need to be able to generate those lines. Now in theory, I could trace this logo with the pen tool. It is doable, but there is a faster and more efficient way to get this done. So it's called Image Trace. I have it on my screen over here, but you probably do not. So I would recommend going up to Object, top, and under Image Trace, you're going to say Make. Now, before I do that, I just want to remind you that you have to have your graphic selected. You need to see your box around it because the computer needs to know what exactly you're actually tracing. So we've confirmed that. So we're going to do Object, Image Trace, Make. Now, it looks like a whole lot of nothing happened. But generally, when you do an image trace, you will get this little box that shows up here, and you'll see this little symbol to open your menu, and that's what you would want to do. So click on that guy there. Oh, you know what? Sorry. Mine, since it was already down here, it didn't pop up in a little standalone menu. Normally it does. Oops, sorry about that. So the image trace tool has a lot of different options here. So you can leave this alone for the time being. There's all different styles of graphics so that the algorithm can trace different types of graphics, but for now, just leave that at default. Tracing results, this is where people tend to get stuck. So for our purposes, we want outlines only. So we're going to do that. And we notice that as soon as we do that, the original graphic disappears and we have our nice traced shape here. So the last step, and this is another thing people tend to forget, those last two steps, switching it to outlines and then clicking expand. And that basically finishes the operation. So you look at this now and you think to yourself, well, wait a minute, did I just undo this? And the answer is actually no. If we check out our color panel over here, we can see there's a little bit of weirdness going on. So what we basically need to do is we need to select all of the lines in the scene and confirm that our center is transparent and our border stroke is our true red color. So easy way to do that is just click and drag over our entire graphic. And then I come over here and I click on the stroke. And I bring that up to our true red. And then I double click on our middle section there, our fill color, and I change it to transparent. Perfect. So there are sometimes when you do an image trace, there will be lines that you do not need. So for my situation, I do not need this box. So this is a perfect example of when we can use the direct selection tool. And what that allows us to do is to select individual anchor points, and we can delete pieces of our line one anchor point at a time. And sometimes you can get a little tricked up by this, so I caution you to be very careful as you do this. All right. So I switch back to the regular selection tool. I'm going to come over here and make sure my line is selected. And of course, my last step before sending it out to get cut is to do a 0.001 thickness. That way, if I want to go out to the laser cutter to cut this out of material, I can. And the line is not broken, it's just the computer's having trouble interpreting how skinny it is. So that's it. That is image trace. Yeah, that's it.